are words that you should know already for addition and subtraction, but we're going to go over it again anyway. So our addition vocabulary, some addition keywords are things like all together. I want to know what is the age all together of my students in the class. That means I'm going to take everybody's age and add it together. Obviously, plus is going to be one. Obviously, add. The word sum means that you are taking the answer to an addition problem. So it's an addition problem, but it's the answer of that addition problem. And then, of course, some basic ones as like increase, a total, a combined, a grow, and more. These are all going to represent our addition. For subtraction, some subtraction keywords. We know minus, okay? We know that take away. Okay, constantly you guys learn the words take away in elementary school. Kind of try to get out of that. What is remaining? What is the difference? The difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. What's left over? How much did it decrease by? You know, how less is it? So then we have questions like how many more, how much more, or how many less, how much less. And then we've got these keywords that end in -er. Words that end in -er, like fewer, shorter, how much greater is it? Okay. If you're trying to find a change in the values, and of course, obvious word, subtract. Those all mean subtraction. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a couple of the problems together, and then I'm going to let you do a few of them on your own, where we're going to identify first whether it's an addition or subtraction problem, and then we're going to go ahead and do addition or subtraction and find out what it is. So you shouldn't be freaking out over fractions. Fractions are very simple. It's the same process. It doesn't change. Just because it's a fraction or decimal doesn't change what kind of keywords we're using. The keywords are always going to be same, whether it's whole numbers, whether it's integers, whether it's fractions, whether it's decimals. So let's take a look at the very first problem. We're going to find the total width of 3 boards that are 1 3/4 inches wide, 7/8 inches wide, and 1.5 inches wide. So the total width, what does that mean that we're doing? Are we adding or subtracting? Julie. I called you Julie. Jolie, I meant. Yes, adding. We are going to add. Total width means that we are going to be combining these values together. And if we are going to combine these together, that means that we are going to be adding these values. So we're going to take the value 1 3/4. We're going to add it with 7/8. And then we're going to add it with 1 1/2. Now again, yesterday, we went over how to do that utilizing our calculators. So remember, if we have to type a mixed number, who can raise their hand and tell us what's the first button you have to press in order to be able to make this into a mixed number? Angel? The green button. Remember, the second button is going to allow us to do a mixed number. So I'm going to hit the second button, and notice up at the top, it should say second now. And what button do I press after I hit second? Daniel? The fraction, right? The N over D, N over D. So now I've done that. I have my mixed number cursor. So I'm going to put a 1. I have to use my arrow to get to the up box. I'm going to press a 3, use my arrow again, and press a 4. And I have to use my arrow again to get out, because look, if I don't use my arrow and I just hit plus, where did the plus sign go? It went to the bottom, right? It went at the 4. It went in the denominator. I don't want that, so I'm going to delete that. I need to get out of the fraction, then I can hit my plus sign. Okay, now I want to hit 7/8, so I'm going to put 7/8. I can hit 7 and then fraction button 8. Get out of the fraction, hit plus again. I need to do another mixed number, so second and fraction button. I can do 1 1/2 and get out of there. So what you see on your paper, you should be able to see it here. That's a nice thing about this calculator too. is it lets you see everything you typed in. So then you can double check. Okay, yes, I have 1 3/4. Yes, I have a 7/8. Yes, I have a 1 1/2. And all of them are plus signs in between. Now I can hit enter, and it's going to give it to me as an improper fraction, 33/8. So I'm going to write that down. I'm going to put 33/8. But now I also need to remember how to convert 33/8 into a mixed number. So if I've got my 33/8 and I want to go to a mixed number, I need to hit second, and I need to hit the button next to the fraction. See how in green it says n/d and then the conversion u/d? When I hit that, it's going to populate up here. Okay, second, and then the button right next to it. In fact, I'll even write that down here. Okay, to convert. So to go, write this down, to convert to a mixed number, you're going to press second, and then you're going to press the button that says X10N. These are the two buttons you're going to press. You're going to press second, and then you're going to press X10N. Okay, once we've done that and we hit enter, it's going to give us our answer, which is 4 1/8. Four 1/8. So I'm happy with both answers, but you need to know how to have them in both forms. You need to know how to have it in a mixed number and an improper format. So you need to know how to go back and forth between the two. Every time that you do these problems, it's always going to give you the answer in improper form. So you have to make sure you can understand how to go to mixed number. And guys, when in doubt, you can always just think of it visually. How many times can 8 go into 33? How many whole times does 8 go into 33? 4 times, right? 8 times 4 is 32. So if I take 32 away from 33, I have 1 left over. So it's 4 1/8. Okay? All right. Let's take a look at number 2. A 7H tire. 7H tire is 6 5/8 inches wide, and a 7C tire is 4 3/4 inches wide. What is the difference in their widths? What is the difference in their widths? What operation are we doing when we talk about difference? Emmy? Subtraction. We are doing subtraction. This value, difference, means that we're going to go ahead and subtract the values. So we're going to take 6 5/8 and we're going to subtract 4 3/4. 6 5/8 minus 4 3/4. So again, I'm going to show you one more time on here. To get our mixed number, we have to hit second and fraction. Second fraction will give us the mixed number. We can put 6 5/8. Get out of the fraction, hit minus. And then again, second fraction, we'll type in 4 3/4. And then hit enter. That's going to give us 15/8. 15/8. How many whole times can 8 go into 15, guys? 1 whole time. With how much left over? If you do 8 times 1, that's 8. If you take 8 away from 15, you have how much left over? 7. So that would be 7/8. So you can do that in your head. Or, again, you can come back here and you can hit second and the X10N button and enter. And there you get 1 7/8. Okay? Okay, problem 3. A patient is given 1 1/2 teaspoons of medicine in the morning and then 2 1/4 teaspoons at night. How many teaspoons total does the patient receive daily? Angel, what are we doing? Addition. So we want to know total. We want the total amount. That means that we're going to go ahead and add them. 1 1/2 plus 2 1/4. Right now, I want you guys to go ahead and do that in your calculator. You type it in. Do 1 1/2 plus 2 1/4 You're going to get an improper fraction first. Then you're going to convert that improper fraction to a mixed number. So you need to have improper fraction written down, and then what does it look like as a mixed number written down? Type in 1 1/2 plus 2 1/4, and then hit enter so that way you can find out what it's going to be. Esther, what did you get? Okay, 15/4, that's going to be our improper fraction. Now what does that look like as a mixed number, Jeremy? 3 3/4, very good. So there's our improper, 15/4. Here's our mixed number, 3 3/4. Okay? All right, let's go on then to the next problem. So go ahead and turn this over to the back. On the back, you'll have the next problem. Let's take a look. 3 1/3 feet are cut off a board that is 12 1/4 feet long. How long is the remaining part of the board? What are we doing, Emmy? Subtraction. We are going to go ahead and subtract. Guys, if we're cutting it off, technically, the word cutting it off is a subtraction word. How long is the remaining part? A remaining part, that's subtraction. So these are all keywords for subtracting. So we're going to take how long the board originally was, which was 12 1/4 feet long, and then we're going to subtract the amount that we cut off, that 3 1/3. We're going to do 12 1/4 minus the 3 1/3. We're just going to do this real quickly so I can get you guys onto your own practice. So 12 1/4 minus 3 1/3 is going to come out to 107/12. And then when we simplify that into a mixed number, that's going to come out to 8 11/12. All right, problem number 5. 3/8 of the corn in the U.S. is grown in Iowa, and 1/4 of it is grown in Nebraska. How much is grown altogether? Altogether, what keyword was altogether, guys? Huh? Addition, right? We're going to highlight it in green. It's addition. The keyword altogether means that we're going to go ahead and add them. So we're going to take 3/8, which was from Iowa, and we're going to add it with 1/4 from Nebraska. 3/8 from Iowa and 1/4 from Nebraska, that's coming out to what? You do 3/8 plus 1/4. Put that into your calculator. 3/8 plus 1/4. What do we get? Somebody that hasn't answered yet. Kieran. 5/8. Good. And that is as simplified as it's going to get. All right. Number 6. We have 3 sides of a parking lot that are measured with the following measurements. We've got 108 1/4 feet, 162 3/8 feet, and 143 1/2 feet. If the distance around the entire lot, that means for all 4 sides of the parking lot, is 518 15/16 feet, what is the length of the 4th side? So they gave us 3 measurements, and they gave us the total, and we want to know the measurement of the 4th side. What are we doing? We're subtracting, right? We're going to subtract. We're going to go ahead and take the total measurement, Vincent. We're going to take the total measurement, which was 518 15/16, and we're going to subtract each one of those measurements away. So I'm going to subtract 108 1/4. I'm going to subtract 162 3/8. I'm going to subtract 143 1/2. So I'm subtracting all of those values. Okay, when I do that, it's going to come out to, let me look at my paperwork. It's going to come out to 1,677/16, which in mixed number form is 104 13/16. Okay, what I want you guys to do is you're going to do problems 7, 8, 9, and 10 on your own. And then when you're done with those, you're going to go back to Google Classroom, and there is a 10-question quizzes on addition and subtraction with rational numbers. That means there's decimals and there's fractions. The quizzes is due tomorrow. It has to be completed tomorrow by tomorrow's class period. Okay? Do 7 through 10 and then get on to quizzes. The last 5 minutes of class, I will post what the answers are for these in your notes.